Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel That's Dialogue. In our today's video, we'll be talking about the difference between domiciliary carer as well as caring in a care home. So what are the difference between working as a domiciliary carer as well as working in any care home at all? Someone shared this question with me, telling me that I should please explain more, and just of recent, many people have been asking me that do I think working as a domicile carer is a good option here in the UK, or is it better for them to work in a care home? In fact, someone has even been given the chance or the offer letter to work as a domicile carer, and she told me that maybe she should not accept the offer. So that's the reason why I think it's worth sharing with you my today's video, so that you'll be able to know what are the difference, what are the disadvantages as well as the advantages of working as a domicile carer as well as working in a care home. Well, the truth is that both working as a carer in a care home as well as working as a carer or a domicile carer, which otherwise known as domiciliary carer, is all good. They are all good options. In fact, both of them are the same work. The only difference is that, okay, let me start by defining a domicile carer for you. Domicile carer simply means caring for someone in their home residence. They otherwise call it as care at home. Unlike the care home, we also call them at care at home. So imagine it this way. Maybe someone who is of age, or maybe someone who is still that kind of mobile, is still able to do certain things for him or herself, but because of the fact that maybe the children are no longer with him or her, or maybe the person needs little caring during the day when all the children will be away. So people might decide, or the children or he or herself might decide that let me get someone who can be caring for me while I'm at home. So that is working as a domicile carer. But working in a care home, it requires going to an organization whereby people are there, many people are there, and you just have to go there, sign in that you are there already, and start caring for them. This also involves, people who are plenty. It can be up to 5 to 10 to 20. Like in my care home, there are even more than 50 residents living there. So working in a care home, you are having all your residents at once, whereas working as a domicile carer, you are not having all of them in a particular place. In fact, you can go there today and it may be somewhere else you'll be going tomorrow. So working as a domicile carer, it means that you are having lesser people to take care of, and it is less stressful. That's the good part. It is less stressful compared to working in a care home. And since you'll be working in a care home, you have many people to care for, and because of that, you can easily make a mistake. Whereas working as a domicile carer, when it is 1 or 2 people that you just have to take care of, it may just include cooking for the person, going to supermarket to buy his or her groceries, changing the person's pad in case the person is on pad, and sometimes to just remind him or her that, oh, it's time for your medication, it's time for this, it's time for that. Those are the little things that you will be doing working as a domicile carer. Whereas if you are working in a care home, you have a lot of work each round. You have something to be doing at every given round. In our own care home, each round has to be every 2 hours. So every 2 hours, you have something to be doing, both at night as well as during the day. So you'll be checking their pad. If there are those who are not on pad but need to be taken to the toilet, you take them to the toilet, you give them food, You may not necessarily prepare their meal while working in a care home. Most of the time, they have someone, a caterer, who is preparing their meal for them. But, if you are working as a domicile carer, it may be you that will be preparing the person's food. They might teach you what the person really like eating and all that. So it might be you preparing his or her food. It might not be you. And sometimes you may have less challenge working as a domicile carer. You have less challenge in the sense that because of one or two people that you are taking care of, it's not going to give you much difficulties to take care of them. You have enough time to rest. In fact, I read about one person's experience. She said there was a time she went for this domicile caring job. The person's house, the person is mobile, she's in the first stage of dementia, and during the first stage of dementia, everything is still okay. So they just decided to hire someone that will be taking care of her, so that by the time it gets worse, the person will be able to be caring for their parents. So, since it's still at the first stage of dementia, everything is still very okay. And the person said in most cases, he is sleeping. Now they will just be watching film. Both she and the person whom she is caring for, both of them will be watching film. Sometimes they will go out for a walk. Sometimes they go to beach. In fact, working as a domicile carer, that is one good part of it. Sometimes they might not even know that you are a carer, because if it is maybe you are working for someone who loves to be an adventurous person, then, it will involve you traveling with the person up and down, and you explore many options. But not all of them are like that. Sometimes working as a domicile carer, it also has its own challenge. And some of the challenge that you might face while working as a domicile carer is that while you can easily learn working in a care home, you might not be able to learn working as a domicile carer. And what I meant by easily learn is the fact that when you are taking care of too many people, you are facing too many challenges, you are facing too many cases, different cases up and down. As a result of that, you will be used to certain cases, you know what to expect and all that. So, but caring as a domicile carer, it may not necessarily mean that people whom you are caring for are having one challenge or the other. Some might even be as mobile as you. Some might even be very, very okay, has no challenge, but they just need someone to be with them, someone to just be talking to them, someone to just always be by their side. That's all. So, because of that, you are limited in knowledge. You are not exposed to many cases that you can handle. You are limited to what you know in certain areas. So that is the difference. But, working in a care home, you have so many options. And sometimes working as a domicile carer, it may be risky. Why I said it may be risky is that if an individual decided to sponsor you, anyway, it is not that common. Nevertheless, I've had experience of someone who was sponsored by an individual. So if individual decided to sponsor you, it may not be that good enough. The reason why I say so is that supposing the person died, then what happens to your sponsorship? So that is the reason why it may not be that good. But supposing it is an organization that recruits you, maybe like all this agency work, they recruit you and they are the one that is sourcing for people that you will go and take care of in their own respective homes, then you are well assured that no matter how the thing is, even if that person dies, then you are still rest assured that no matter how the organization is still there for you, they are still there with you, and your sponsorship continue. They will still look for other persons that can be taking care of you. So that is the differences between working as a domicile carer as well as working in a care home. And another thing is that, like I said, both of them, they are very good. The little difference is just that while you are limited in option, in learning in one part, you are exposed in another part. And another thing is the fact that it is easier for you to progress in your career working in a care home rather than working as a domicile carer. But don't get me wrong, either of the two, you can easily progress your career. It all depends on the organization that you are working with. But when you are working in a care home, you are exposed. It is like an organized environment. Both domicile carer as well as carer in a care home, they are all organized. Everything, that is one good thing here in the UK. All of them are organized. Nevertheless, when you are working in a care home, the settings, you have manager whom you can complain to, the CEO and all that, whom you can talk to and channel your challenges to, and they can quickly get a resolution. But working as a domicile carer, most especially when it has to be an individual who sponsored you, it may not go well. It may not all go well. But if it is an organization, you can discuss it with the organization. But the truth is that if you are looking for lesser stress, lesser work, yet the same payment, working as a domicile carer is a very good option. But if you are looking for a way to broaden your understanding on this caring job, you are looking for a way to widen your knowledge as a carer, then working in a care home is a perfect option. Because working in a care home, you are working with nurses, sometimes you work with doctor. Although working as a domicile carer, you also work with doctor, because sometimes you might take your patient for his or her appointment. So you don't have problem working with doctor as a domicile carer. But working in a care home, you are working with both nurses as well as doctors. And as a result of that, your understanding, your knowledge will be widened. And there are some cases that you may only find it in the care home. It is not common for someone with such cases to be in his or her own house. So it is only in the care home you might see such cases. And as a result of that, it make you widen your knowledge. It make it more easier. And what else are you looking for after the knowledge? Is it not money? So working as a domicile carer as well as working in a care home, once both of them are paying you well, once both of them are able to sponsor you, and you are very sure that it is not an individual that is sponsoring you, what I'm trying to say is that both are a very good option. Just come to the UK. Once you are in the system, once you are here in the UK, believe me, it is very, very easy to switch your position, because once you are in the system, they know that you are already used to the Swiss system. They know that you are used to taking care of people, and as a result of that, you can easily get people who will employ you and even offer you another certificate of sponsorship. So I will never discourage you. And as for the lady who asked me to make a video on whether you should accept the offer, anyway, I will not say accept it. I will not say don't accept it. Because like I used to say, I don't want to make a decision for anybody. I want to leave the decision making for each and every one of us. But the truth is that either you are working as a carer in a care home, or you are working as a domiciliary carer, both are very good options. And the truth is that getting a job as a carer these days, it is very, very difficult. Therefore, the little one you have, please don't play with it. It is very important. You don't need to play with the one you have. Maybe you can take it, and when you come, if you did not like it, you can just be managing it so that at the end of the day, you'll be looking for other job. Nevertheless, just know that if you are going to default your current contract, it means that you are going to pay money, certain amount of money spent on you, unless if you are the one that take care of yourself, paid for everything before coming. But even with that, the fact that you are under contract, it may still not be enough not to pay the organization certain amount of money for damaging or for breach of contract. So because of that, I can say that you can take the offer if you wish to, but if you think it doesn't worth it, based on at least what I've shared in today's video, you can decide not to take the offer. The choice is yours. And that is what I just decided to share with you this afternoon. I hope that one way or the other, we both learn and enjoy this video. If so, and you know that you really enjoy it, and you've not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe. And before I even go, let me just take this time to say a big thank you to my fans, to the subscribers of this channel. Yes, we made it. We are now having 1,000 subscribers, over 1,000 subscribers. So it is something encouraging. I love it. Please keep it up. If you know that you've not subscribed, once again, kindly subscribe to the channel. Let's build this channel together. And at the end of the day, we will both enjoy it. We will both learn from each other, and everybody will be happy. So until our next video, when we'll be seeing again, I say one love.